And welcome back to Quad V, guys, where we bring you guys live coverage from Epic.EIGHT at UTOX today, the Thermal Take eSports Call of Duty 4 tournament. And right now we're watching Exobite take it out versus Volatile. Volatile grabbing that first round. We're jumping right back into the second map. It is Backlot, and it is the knife right now, so let's get underway and see what's happening here. At the moment, it is a stalemate. Not one person down yet. Leo catching Raz off guard, but Exobite fighting right back. GSX and Honor grabbing frags there, and Honor with another. Wow, Punisher flying in from above, which is Mark. And now, Mark, your last man standing. Looks like he's falling back to the safety of a doorway. Needs to watch it that doesn't get flanked. Got 3 players around him. Maybe hoping that they would knife each other. Tries to go for Fantasy, but Fantasy a little bit quick on that knife. And we will be seeing who's going to be choosing what side. Of course, this is Exobite's choice for a map. So it looks like they are going to be staying. Mark, even after losing the knife, does ask if they could stay on the defending side, which, to their pleasure, they will actually be able to keep that choice. And let's take it away with the scopes first round. It is actually Leo with scope, which is, I'm very curious to see. I mean, a scope on Backlot isn't as, or we don't see it as often as we'd like already. So for Leo to take it, who I won't say is the most well-known scope, but might stun some people here, is spraying away into that smoke. Rad's going to be the first one to grab a frag here in this matchup against Pansy with a nade. And now Leo going onto that little railing jump. Trying to find someone. There is someone towards that mid-roof. Likely GSX does take GSX out, quickly drops down, pulls out his deagle, is expecting someone to be pushing up here on the runes, and he is very right to think so. Pulls out his deagle, tries the no-scope, doesn't work. Lightus picks up that frag, and now Kex quickly turning around to try and cover his backside, as he now knows that is Lightus right there. I think Honor was trying to go in for that knife, missed it though. Or I'm not sure if he actually completely saw Kex, because Kex was hiding behind there. And we do see Lightus in a very peculiar position. He was in this position quite a lot yesterday in a clutch situation in top ruins. He's going to be dropping down. It's going to let Kex move forward. Should easily be able to pick up this frag. Does do so. First round going in favor of Volatile Gaming. We do see them taking out 1-0. Kex 3 frags first round. Lightus 2. And of course, the others still getting into the game. Where is the front runners though? Let's check out what Fantasy is doing. He played a very defensive position here on mid against Team ESPC. Will he be going for the same play style? It does seem so. Actually jumping out, opting to play a little bit more aggressively. Kex with a nade onto Lightus. Fantasy throwing out a nade of his own as Raz pushes alongside him. Kex takes out GSX. Fantasy seeming a little paranoid that there's someone right in front of him. Someone is in his proximity, but they are a little bit away. Has made a noise and instantly lays down. Does not move. He really doesn't want to be giving away his position like that. Raz not pushing back up. Kex takes out Ono. Ono opting for the AK instead of scope, and that's why we see Leo actually using that scope. Kex flying out from top of the ruins, trying to catch anyone off guard. Sprays into that mid fence, trying to get it into that doorway. And Fantasy takes out Pansy. Alpha onto Raz. Fantasy is now your last player, and they know where he is. It's going to be very difficult for him to try and bring this one back. Does get tagged up, drops down, very heavily tagged up, really going off to this frag for Leo, but Leo lands that first bullet in Fantasy's head, shuts him down. That's going to be second round here for Volatile Gaming, and they're looking very strong. Kex on 6 frags. Phenomenal stuff from him. Seems like he should maybe try and go for AK instead. Where is he? Let's see what he is up to. Of course, with a map like Backlot, the AK is very much preferred because a lot of the walls you can shoot through. Lay down a lot more rounds. Try and prevent players pushing into certain positions. Of course, clearing out buildings by not even having to walk into those buildings. He does spot the feet of someone, but is his teammate. Fantasy takes out 2. Punisher and Alpha both drop. There is now no one in A, smoking out towards the front of A, and Kex is sitting with a 1-on-5 in front of him. And it does not look likely for him. Players all around, does take off. Fantasy flicks back, Lightus with a deagle, pops him in the head, and that's going to bring the first round onto the scoreboard for Exobite. Pansy, the one who was fragging so well on the previous map, and at one point even top fragging, is now apparently struggling to pick up a frag. Let's see what he's doing up in this A area. Does spot one. Raz quicker on the trigger though, takes out Pansy. And now GSX moving towards the top A side. Will have good coverage over this map. Spots one of his teammates spraying through the fence. Will help out to clear out Punisher. Although Alpha spraying down GSX all the way across the map from top of ruins. And that means that high advantage point is gone now. Getting a little bit of spray through that wall.
Explosives planted.
Once again, on such a close range map, these players really do give away their positions once they let out a single round. Alpha takes out Ono. Light is quickly back for the revenge frag. Raz pushing forward, finds Kex, going to bring it up to 2-2, evening out the scoreline. And that means that's all once again back to square one. Neither of these teams having the advantage. And let's see what Leo's doing once again with the scope. Really intrigued to see how he's playing. It looks like he's just opting for that top ruins player, really just trying to get the advantage points and then use it to his scope's ability, having that long range. Nearly takes out his teammate, but luckily his aim wasn't all that good. And misses the shot there onto Alpha. Watching it up into mid. Really expecting Fantasy to be coming up those stairs. Fantasy takes out Alpha though. Leonidas onto Fantasy all the way across the map. Leonidas has heard a player off to his left. And is now very cautious about his next couple of moves. He really could get surrounded in this situation. And the player right below him is really making a lot of noise, trying to draw Leonidas' attention away, but it is working very well. And it looks like Leo now hearing where Lighters is, takes him out, pulls the scope out, nearly lands the other shot there. And now thinking there's even more players below him. I wonder what could have sparked that for him. He hasn't actually seen anyone there. But then again, he is on his own. Moving forward, jumps up onto that fence. Good movement so far. Walking backwards, making sure no one's coming in from behind. With that deagle in hand, did he spot that player? Yes, he did. Or Raz spotted him first. Raz going to be able to get the frag there onto Leonidas. It was a very difficult situation for him to try and come back from. And it looks like Raz getting the better of him in the end. Although we do see Mark with a front spawn. Definitely want to see what he's going to be doing with this one. Now, Mark pushes forward. Goes towards the top A side. There is one right below him. Pansy goes down, but she does get her first frag of the game. And that's definitely going to boost her morale just a little bit on her taking out Alpha. And it looks like Exobite are pulling into the lead here, as they do now sit should soon be sitting 2 rounds in the lead. Punisher waiting calmly. Leonidas rings of a shot, connects with Raz's head. Although once again, he is being challenged from this top ruins area. Could be Lighters. Now pushing forward, and as soon as he looks away, Lighters pounces and takes out Leonidas, making it 4-2, 2 rounds in the lead now. As we move on into the 7th round, and no doubt Pansy and GSX both happy with their 1 frag apiece. Leonidas changing his way. It's going to be moving towards back A. Pansy takes out GSX with another nade. Seems like the nade's working out very well for... Looks like Mark had a little bit of a twitch there. Pulls the trigger, but of course gets nothing. And then once on that top A side, did just take out Ono. Now holding it. It looks like Volatile doing a little bit better with his A defense. Punisher takes out Lighters. Leo, another one with that scope, really coming into effect to help defend that A-bomb site. Raz is now your last man standing. And it looks like he's going to be falling back. Tries to go through mid towards B side, but Kex there laying in wait. And that's going to be 4-3 in favor of Exobite now. Let's see what Fantasy's up to. He's going to be rushing A very fast. Did have a front spawn and going to be using it to his full advantage. Makes it all the way into A. There is one to his right. It is Pansy, and Pansy for a change coming out on top. Grabs himself 2 frags before being shut down there by Ono. Ono also coming under some fire. Finally does get taken out there by Mark. And then Lighters with the revenge frag. And they're now back to 2-on-2. Kex and Leonidas versus Raz and Lighters. Kex expecting Lighters to go up to mid. He is does lay down a couple of shots, both of them tagging each other. Bomb goes down. Leo unable to stop it, and Light is going to take him out. Now this leaves Kex in a very bad position. He needs to drop down from these ruins area. It's going to make loads of noise doing it. And if Lighters did stay in mid, would have heard him, but instead opting to go closer to his teammate. Kex getting heavily tagged up. Lighters takes a single bullet and then falls back. Kex moving into mid. Lighters is on the shred containers area. He's got to be very careful about it. Spraying every corner he can. Raz from top A side, taking it 5-3 instead. And it looks like the Exobite that should be performing really is starting to come through now. Raz currently sitting on 10 frags of just 8 rounds. Mark with that, heading this defensive spear into that A side, takes out Raz, grabs himself a second one onto GSX. Can he get the third? Yes, he can. Takes out Ono, pulls out the AK. There's another one just in front of him to the left. Can he pick up another frag? Just looking away in time. He has spotted the bomb. They will be taken out from behind. Or will he? Fantasy finally shutting him down. Alpha getting the revenge frag, though. It really was well played there from him. Mark doing very well there to secure himself 3 quick frags and push his team to victory in that round, bringing back to just that 1 round difference as we move up into the 10th round. And it looks like Exobite are pushing the SMGs towards the B side. Where's the Fantasy just going through mid once more? Raz gets taken out by Kex's late nade. And GSX seems to want to go and challenge Kex on that. He does make some noise dropping down into the lower ruins area. Peeks around the corner. There is one on Laundry by that T-wall. GSX unable to land the frag, but Alpha finds him instead. And now Kex coming under some heavy fire. He wants to get this frag, but on the same note, really doesn't want to expose himself too much. Seems to fall his way, and Lighters gets taken out. One of the last one left standing, and he gets taken out too. Volatile now bringing it back up to 5-5 with Volatile on defense. You know, some might debate the playstyle of this map. Some might debate that the metagame has changed a bit on this one. I feel it's slightly attacking favored, with the attack being able to set the pace on this one. It does seem to be working out for them on some notes, not so much on the others. As we do see Exobite down a man going up against 3 Volatile players. Lighters onto Cax. Only Lighters left now. Being challenged by Pansy and her Deagle across the map. Not going to be peeking out anymore. Lighters is moving out towards that front A area. Hasn't spotted anything just yet. Picks up a weapon. Does make noise doing that. And that is always the trouble with these things. About wanting that close range weapon, but is it worth making that sound and giving away your position? Then again, if Pansy heard him, can't be too sure. Lighters trying to use a little bit of a unique method to get up here, try and draw Pansy's attention. Not having any of it though. She's not giving up. She's staying in disciplined. Has now heard Lighters numerous times. Leo's going to be moving into that mid area. Try and lay down some covering fire when they go for that plant. Lighters throws down the smoke and carries on moving up that A site. Can he find Pansy? Yes, he can. Drops down, finds mid 2. Lands the shot onto Leo. Phenomenal way to close off the round there by Lighters. Really exceptional stuff. That was so closely timed. And he can be so glad that Leo moved out into that open there. Looks like Mark and Alpha working together to line up a couple of grenades. Even throwing out smokes in the general same direction. And there's loads of smoke up in mid. And both of these teams are going to be clashing here. We do see one for each side falling through that fence. GSX challenging Pansy, but Pansy with a close range weapon coming out on top. Alpha takes out Raz. On is your last man standing. And Alpha's going to finish that one off too, taking it to 6-6. Definitely a good half from both of these sides. But of course, with Volatile having won the first map, they could close it off here with us on the second one. You see on your screen, that is Pansy, with a bunch of players spectating it. Raz on the other side, moving into the second half now. It is 6-6 as we pick it up with these two teams. Leo on scope. There's no scope on the other side for Exobite. And Light is going to start us off with a nade onto Punisher. Leo with a brilliant shot there onto GSX. Now just waiting and now trying to find someone else on B. Did he spot someone on top 10? Yes, he did. Pulls out the Deagle. I think he tagged Ono once. But Kex cleaning up houses. Ono and Fantasy drop to the wrath of his AK. Pansy there. The final kill as she takes out Lighters. 7-6. Volatile looking extremely strong on this defending side. And GSX still on one frag. Not looking so good for him. Let's see what Raz is up to on this A side. See if he can catch anyone off guard. Does do so. Kex goes down. Pansy's already run through mid. Of course, expecting Pansy to be there. Pansy goes down to Fantasy's SMG. Leo and Mark, though, have other ideas. Leo with another one as he takes out Lighters, and now Leo, the last man standing. He's got Raz right above him, and Ono going for that bomb. Can pick it up. Got to be very careful here. Oh, sorry, Ono coming in from behind. Ono was below him, and that's going to turn it into 7-7. All evens once more. These teams are so evenly matched by the looks of it. We do see Mark with a front spawn. Is he going to be going through mid, trying to jump out that window? Has been able to dodge all the nades. No, it looks like a very fast B push. But he's got to be careful. There is Fantasy pushing up behind him. Fantasy grabs another one. Pansy onto GSX. Kex finally shutting down Fantasy's SMG rush, but the damage has already been done. Took out 2 frags. And now Lighters and Honor the last 2 to clean up as he takes out Pansy. Oh, sorry, as Pansy is the last one standing. Pansy moving forward. The bomb's off to the left-hand side. There is a way to get to that bomb and get to the B side. The problem is that if one of those players make it onto mid-roof, you will have loads of difficulty trying to get that bomb down. And here we do see it. That's exactly what's happened. Honor's gone to mid-roof, shuts down Pansy from above, and Exobite take the 8-7 lead. Now let's see if we can find what GSX is actually up to. Looks like playing on this B side, not going all too well for him. Let's get caught up by any with nades. No, rather lucky on that regard. There's a player pushing up to his right-hand side. Can he hear it, though? Has just snuck past him, and it looks like that B defense is going to allow a player through. And the rest of Exobite need to be very careful, as they have got someone flanking around the back. It is Mark. Now, which one's Mark's deciding to go? He knows someone's up in mid. Leonidas lands a shot onto Lighters. Punisher should be able to clean this one up. He doesn't do so. Ono actually gets the frag on barely any health. Now GSX, hearing a play off to his right-hand side, has spotted Leonidas. But Leo coming out on top with that Deagle, playing it so well right now. Really getting everything he can out of that scope combo. Or scope and Deagle combo, at least. Now moving back towards the A side of the map. The bomb is already there. He's peeking it up into mid. Wants to allow his teammate to get that bomb down. Fortunately, he does spot someone on MG right on that bin, but that player would be stupid to peek. Can they get this bomb planted just yet? There is a player moving up right in front of them by that fence. Leo lands the shot, takes out Raz, honors your last man standing, and Leo's going to get in there for another frag. And Volatile playing this one really well so far. Leo coming up massive with that scope that round. And just looking at the scores, you can see Volatile only a 4 kill spread between top and bottom, while we have 16 for Exobite on the other side. Looks like Volatile are sticking close together, really helping each other out. Punisher pushing through mid. There is one off to his left. Can he get the frag here? No, he can't. Fantasy gets the double, taking out Kex and Punisher. And now we'll see GSX grabbing himself a frag onto Alpha. Finally coming out the blocks there for him. He's got to be careful. There is one on top runes on the other side where he just went down. And instead he's going to carry on pushing forward. Leo takes out Lighters. GSX on his own. If he could clench this round for his team, they're no doubt going to be very happy with him. But it's not going to happen. Pansy coming in from behind. And it takes him out from top ruins. And that's going to be 9-8 in favor of Volatile Gaming. Moving into the lead here. And there's on the side that Exobite asked for. Leo landed himself another shot. Someone crossing towards top ruins. He looks raring to go, shaking left and right. He just wants to hit a shot here. Oh, but misses it. Most likely GSX down there. Light is on shotgun though. Pulls out his deagle, grabs himself another frag. Can he grab himself on the third? No, he can't. Raz steals it away. Leo and Alpha now the last two standing. And Fantasy pushing up into mid, takes out Alpha and Leo. And that's going to be the last two down for Volatile. And it just seems when Exobytes are on form and they go for it, they really can close off these rounds quickly. Whereas on the other hand, Volatile later on into the rounds really do perform quite well. It's coming in towards MG House. Volatile going for a B push. There is a Fantasy pushing up on the side. And that Fantasy is doing quite a bit of damage. Gets another one here onto Kex. Keeps pushing forward. There is one just behind him. And that is Pansy, but Pansy's also got some fight in her. And takes out Ono and Fantasy. Only Raz left to go up against. Although Raz has been playing on that A side quite a bit. And she does spot him. She could go in here for the bomb plants. Nade coming out though, so close. Nearly hit her. She goes in for the bomb plant, has heard Raz. Raz making loads of noise, probably on purpose to try and draw Fantasy away from that, or Pansy away from that bomb. And Raz gets the frag through the bomb. And that means that Exobite now once again take the lead. It really is exchanging hands between these two teams. So we actually have got Pansy pushing through mid very quickly, jumps up onto that wall. Alpha takes out Raz, and that's a big opponent down for it. Doesn't look right, such a simple mistake. Fantasy going to shut her down. Now Punisher pushing up on this B-Roo inside. There is Alpha onto Ono. Punisher. Oh, there's one on the B-bomb side. Hasn't spotted the player, just said it is GSX. Fantasy with the deagle across the map, though. Saving GSX. Well, Fantasy gets himself another one. Fantasy really just adapting to any situation he's thrown in. There's a player just off to his left-hand side. Pulls out a nade just at the wrong time. Could not have had any worse timing. And Kex is really going to take advantage of that. And, of course, pick up that frag very easily. GSX top ruins. He still has that AK with him. He's got a good vantage point over that A side. Smoke goes down. Does spot Kex moving into the front of that A side. Tags him up quite a couple of times. He's not going to be moving in towards the bricks area to try and close in around these two last players for Volatile Gaming. Leonidas getting heavily tagged up, but fights back, takes out Lighters. GSX, your last man standing. Kex on top of that, though, takes him out. 10-10 is the scoreline, getting very close. Only 4 more rounds left for it, and each of these teams need 3 more to win it. Let's actually watch what Alpha's doing with his AK. He's been playing a very good supportive role, and quite a couple of people remember him from the Ice series that they played. Alpha really does perform well at LAN. Very consistent, although gets taken out by Lighters, who then gets shot back by Alpha's AK and falls to his death. And Alpha for a Lighters, that is a rather good exchange in my opinion. Now GSX still hanging back, not wanting to get himself too much action. We do see Mark on mid-roof. Could get himself something here. Does get tagged up and spotted by GSX. Now waiting it down. Looking towards that 10 side. He did actually spot a player. I don't know if he noticed it though. It was on his screen. Jumps down onto that wall. Doesn't take any full damage from it due to the soft spot there. And now he has players around him. His teammates moving into position to get that bomb down. Where is Pansy? She's on those stairs. Explosives Mark's watching that front wall. Ono's trying to crawl through mid. And it looks like Volatile have got this one on lockdown. GSX is going to be moving in here. Pansy's off to his right-hand side. Not looking enough. Does get taken out. Ono, the other one, left standing. And he gets taken out by Mark, flying in from behind. 11-10 is the scoreline. And Volatile squeezing out around there. And once again, GSX seems to be struggling just a little bit. But now following away here with Ono. As he does have that AK in hand, of course, now opting out of that scope. It looks like it's a rather B-oriented push coming out here from the Volatile team. And Ono grabbing one frag, will grab himself a second one very easily. 2 players dropping for none. And I don't think Exobite could have asked for a better exchange. All 5 up still for Exobite. Ono watching down into that B street. A couple of attacks coming in, landing on Leo. As Ras toys with them all the way from that A site. Ono takes out Alpha, but Kex replies onto Ono. Kex is now your last man standing. He's luckily got the bomb with him. Peeks around that corner. Spray coming down onto him. Taking it backwards and forth. But GSX coming in just when needed. And that's going to be 11-11. Extremely tense here as we... there's only 2 more rounds left. Each of these teams need those 2 rounds to take the win. Of course, Volatile Gaming just need this map to win it, while Exobite needs the next few rounds and then another map to be able to advance through in the upper brackets. Although Pansy and Kex having none of it, Lighters and Raz drops. That's the A defense completely down. Can Punisher get something? Lands a couple of shots with his Deagle, and Leo's going to finish it off again with his Deagle. Of course, with those SMGs don't have much range. Punisher falls to his death. GSX is the last one to go down, and now Volatile have themselves a game point here. If they get the next round, they do advance through, and if Exobite get it, then they shall be going into overtime. And pushing towards this B side. Is there anyone waiting for him though? Lights is sitting towards back A. And it looks like we have got a rather strong B push coming out here from Volatile. They're not looking towards the low ruin side. Can Pansy get this frag? It is very important for her to get it. Does take out GSX. Ono has been spotted though and called. And with, wow, Mark coming in, taking out Ono. Fantasy onto Punisher, which of course is Mark 3-on-3. Pansy slowly moving around this corner. Really wants to get an eye on that rat hole. Does take out Lighters. Alpha onto Raz. There's only 1 more player left. It is Fantasy, and he's going to really have to pull out something exceptional here. He's been spotted and tagged up. It's going to be really difficult for him to come back into this one. Does get taken out by Alpha, and that's going to be game. That is going to be 13-11 in favor of Volatile Gaming. They take a 2-1 and move through in the upper brackets, where they shall be competing against, of course, some more couple of games coming their way. Now, it's not over for Exobite. They do drop down into the lower brackets, and they will be having a second chance to still compete for that prize money, that first place prize. You see the TCM members also standing around having a quick spec, watching their fellow opponents play that they might still face against. But that's been it, guys. That is the second map done for Volatile versus Exobite. Volatile taking a 2-0, playing it very strongly. But do stick around, guys. We'll be covering more games from 2 o'clock onwards. This is Menace signing out for now from Quad V at Epic.EIGHT. You talk to the. Enjoy your day.